her eyes. You may be seated. Bring in the defendant. Mr. Cromwell on my left will be defending Mr. Complacent. Mr. Jaggers on my right will be defending Mr. Magwitch. Mr. Cromwell, you may begin.
Mr. Complacent, have you seen the filthy wretch called Mr. Magwitch before in your entire life?
No, sir, I have never seen him before.
And have you played any part in this fraudulent and inexplicable crime?
Never in my life, sir.
The evidence is second to none. This wealthy, fine chap we see before us has so much money. Why would he want to go out and do fraudulent crimes? I just don't understand that. And no questions asked.
Mr. Jaggers,
Yes, my lord.
you may begin.
Mr. Complacent,
Yes.
you say you have never seen nor heard of this man before.
Not in my life, sir.
Are you entirely sure?
I am positive.
Are you sure you have never taken part, not the smallest one, in this fraudulent crime?
No, sir. I have never seen the man in my life before.
Your butcher wants to take you to the county court as you have seemed to have not paid him for a full 3 weeks.
Well, a few pork chops can go amiss, don't you think?
No. Your butler wants to also take you to county court as you've not been paid for a full half a year.
Well, a few glasses of shandy. You know what they like. Friends.
Your Honour, Mr. Magwitch's literacy skills are academically failed, and as he seemed to not write, Mr. Complacent's hand has obviously written some of these signatures.
Objection! Overruled. Court is now adjourned.
So, I would like to make a proposal, Judge, Your Honour.
Go ahead.
As you may know, my defendant, Mr. Complacent, is a very fine fellow. He has made an offer to you. He wants you to have his box at the Epsom races. He believes that if you find Magwitch guilty, you are in recognition of a grand reward.
Why should I be so lenient towards him?
Don't you not love the Epsom races? Do you not like seeing the races from a spectacular view? You and your wife, every Saturday of the month? Think about it.
I will consider.
I am a friend of Mr. Complacent's from the Gentleman's Club. And don't you think it would be a bad idea putting such a wealthy man down in society? The impact on the court will be horrendous.
Yes, I will consider your offer when I get back to court. Your food
Mr.
is
Magwitch.
served.
Mr. Magwitch,
Yes, sir.
you are up next. Is there anything that you wish to warn me about? I am defending you against Mr. Complacent. His wealth and his place in society may... This is not going to be easy.
I ain't got nothing to say. Nothing at all. Court is being resumed. Be seated. Our next defendant, Mr. Magwitch, who is currently being tried for putting out sterling and forged banknotes in circulation with the public. Bring him in. Mr. Cromwell?
Magwitch, the filthy, wretched person. Why did you play the most important role in the fraudulent crime? Or didn't? Well, tell us why. These, this is the delivery status with all the names of people who delivered. Magwitch,
Objection!
And Margaret.
Sustained.
Can you explain this and tell us why your name is on every page of the deliveries?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I mean, could have been written by a complacent bloke. I mean, I can't even write myself. Or read.
But you do know your name, don't you?
Yeah, I just don't know how to spell it.
A man who cannot spell his own name.
Hey, I don't...
How childish.
I was brought up badly, mate.
If you could see yourself now, you would be ashamed.
I can see myself now.
But there's no explanation for this. Your Honour, I hope that you will produce a guilty sedition to this unlawful and ungrateful idiot. That will be all.
Alright, mate. Don't go off it.
As Mr. Cromwell has pointed out, your name may be on these so-called lists, but making the delivery does not mean he made the crime. This man cannot write nor read.
Indeed I can't, sir.
How is this man supposed to be able to write all of this?
Objection!
Sustained.
Look, the evidence that Mr. Compayson has wrote these banknotes is incontrovertible.
I see.
Maybe he forced Compayson to write them for him.
You clumsy fool. My mum's gonna kill us.
Right? Maybe he persuaded Compayson to write his name because Compayson is a literate and intelligent man.
Objection!
Overruled. Sustained. Mr. Compayson, you have been charged with 7 years. On the other hand, Mr. Magwitch, you have been charged 14 years.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression.
Mr. Cromwell on my left, and Mr. Cromwell. Mr. Magwitch on my right. Mr. Jaggers. Mr. Cromwell on my left, and Mr. Jaggers on my right. Mr. Cromwell?
Yes, my lord.
Go, you've got 10 seconds.
Compayson. Compayson.
I think they went quite well, don't you?
Yeah,
see, man. Good.
Well,